And I think there could be anybody more deserving than Ricky Prine to get this award.
In my opinion, it's the #1 award for a football official in the state of Texas.
Well, I can't think of anybody more deserving.
Started 34 years ago under the watch of Greg Gotro, who went on to call multiple Super Bowls, and learned under him and just continued the craft. Started early. I mean, the very first varsity game was right out of the chute. We were in East Iberville and crazy night, so started back then, man. The most memorable that early was calling a touchdown that was actually out of bounds. Nervous as hell that night, and first time on the football field, and I see him catch the ball. I'm like, he's good, he's good, he's good, until I looked behind me and I was like, he's freaking out of bounds. So the one thing that did lead me to sports officiating was my best friend in high school, his grandfather. Clyde Messenger in the Baton Rouge area was huge into high school football, and I went to Lafayette to go to school, and he knew the people in Lafayette due to his positions in Baton Rouge. Got me hooked up, and they were like, look, you're playing ball, so do you want to make some money, or what do you want to do? And I was like, it's better than working at McDonald's, so yeah, let's do this. I can't believe that this has ever come, because just the people that have come before me. I mean, just in the Houston area, the last one that received the award in the Houston area was Tommy Moore. And to actually be on the lines of Tommy Moore says a lot itself. Prior to him was a guy by the name of Sam Brown, and the same thing as Tommy. Great individuals. Tommy will be here this evening, and Tommy took me as a young official coming into Houston and groomed me and helped me become successful.
Always very professional, always very personable. You knew that when you got Ricky, you were going to get a good crew that wasn't going to be in the way, you know, that they were going to do the things the right way, they were going to make the right calls, and you just didn't have to worry about it. Even if it didn't go your way, it was always going to be professional and always going to be done the right way.
They can make 99% of the calls correctly, and they make one. Ain't nobody remember the 99 they made correct. It's the one they made wrong.
You know, between those lines, it's all about business. You know, one of the best things about him is his professionalism. You know, we can talk pregame and talk about family and how mama and the boys are doing or whatever it is, but when it's time to play football, he was absolutely all about business. And anybody that knew us as personal friends knew that as well, and definitely respected that.
I even had him when we coached down in Region 4, and I'm a Houston area team, and we had a game in Victoria, and I asked him to come all the way down there. And you know, he's always a great friend of mine off the field, just getting to know him through all the games and things, and I think there could be anybody more deserving than Ricky Prine to get this award.
Because of the age of my boys, they were about in middle school, and just him taking the time to speak to them and, you know, what are you going to be doing years down the road, and not just football. It was about academics and life and talking to them. He didn't have to do that. That's just Ricky. That's just who he is, as businesslike as he is, and wanting to get calls correct and leading his crew and just, you know, arriving to the site and looking around and make sure everything is dressed to a T. He always takes time for people, so I'll always remember that about him.
Whenever we got engaged on a football field. We got engaged at the coin toss of Clear Lake Dickinson. I got the athletic director in Clear Lake ISD to say that it was Significant Other Appreciation Night. She did the coin toss, and at the coin toss is whenever we got engaged. But she has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, she's been a doctor, she's been a nurse, she's been a team mom, anything that you can imagine, as well as 3 boys that she had to raise. We have dogs at home. We had as many as 5 at one time. Whenever I get home from work, having the bag packed and being able to just walk back out the door and go to a ball game. We had Brad LaPlante in our wedding, we had Jared Sloan in our wedding, we had Joe Sam in our wedding, who are all great men and very appreciated and admired in the coaching profession. We may as well have had a coaching convention there, because we had 70+ coaches or athletic directors at the wedding. So she was like, it never stopped.
I think THSCA is probably the greatest organization in the United States. There's no place like Texas. And you've got an organization that stays together, that works together, that's always trying to do what's best for our student athletes across the board in every sport. And I think it's a great opportunity and a great moment for our Coaches Association to take a minute and appreciate those outside of the field house that help us make these events happen every week. As I said a second ago, it's a thankless job being a coach, and it's an even more thankless job being an official.
Well, the Curly Hayes Award for THSCA goes back, to honoring the great officials, and Curly Hayes was looked upon as one of the greatest all-time officials in the state of Texas. And our relationship with TASO and our officials has always been strong, and we want to do whatever we can do at THSCA to help our officials across the state. And so to honor a great official at least once a year is the least we can do.
Just keep working, put in the work, and if you do the work, the right people will see you and the right people will move you up. It's not what doors you can open, because you may not be able to open any, but you need the right people talking about you in the doors that are closed. If you're getting your name mentioned in the doors that are closed, you'll be all right.